Love is the Meaning of Life by Stephen Robert Stockman. Chapter 1. I have discovered the meaning of life, and I would like to share it with you. The reason that we're here is because of love. We are here to love, to be loved, to have love, to give love, to feel love. Without love, life is meaningless. Therefore, love is the meaning of life. Love is the only thing that makes life meaningful. If love is the meaning of life, then why is there so much hatred and crime in the world today? The problem is many people have never learned what love really is. What is love? Ask someone if they know what love is, and you'll be surprised to see how many strange reactions you get from different people. Love is usually considered to be a very complicated human emotion that is sometimes very difficult to understand. Most people believe that love has many different meanings, and we often feel love at different levels of intensity. Examine the first definition of the word love in Webster's College Dictionary. Love, a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person, especially based on sexual attraction. One problem that we have in trying to understand love is that people often have a tendency to confuse love and sex when they are actually two totally different things. Sex is a physical pleasure that you feel when you're intimate with another person, but love is something else altogether. Do you know what love is? Do you want to know what love is? Love is caring about other people as much as you care about yourself. Love is caring. If you care more about yourself than others, it's selfishness. Caring about other people more than yourself is self-denial. True love is simply caring about someone else as much as you care about yourself. True love is unconditional, meaning that if you truly love someone, you will love them no matter what. Of course, this is easier said than done. We have all been faced with conditional forms of love. When someone says, I will love you if you do this, or if you don't do that. In the same respect, saying, if you really loved me, you'd let me do whatever I want, is also an attempt to place conditions upon love. Clearly, conditional love cannot be considered to be true love. Therefore, true love must be unconditional. The love that a mother has for her child is a good example of the power of unconditional love. The bond between a parent and child may be the strongest form of love we have witnessed. A mother loves her children no matter what they do, and this shows true love. But obviously she can't allow them to do whatever they want. Traditional marriage vows also exemplify the strength of true and unconditional love. I promise to love you for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, essentially stating that I will love you no matter what happens. Unconditional love may be the ideal we are striving for, but first we must deal with the reality that we are all imperfect human beings, and the road toward true love can be long and hard. What is love? First, we must try to understand what love really is. Love is probably the most powerful, yet mysterious phenomenon in the universe. We have all experienced love in one form or another, and have thus captured a glimpse of its incredible power. Still, we are faced with this question: what is love? Love is possibly one of the least understood emotions in the spectrum of life. We can see that love is a force that causes people to unite, often creating a physical and emotional bond between them. Just as gravity causes physical particles to be drawn together, love is a magnetic force that pulls living organisms together, allowing them to grow and mature. Love is a basic universal force that we are just beginning to understand. Love is a natural feeling inherent in all living organisms. Even though other animals cannot feel or express love in the same way that human beings do, it is apparent that love still plays a key role in their survival. The presence of love can be seen in all types of animals. Consider the way many animals maintain structured family units. Other species naturally gather together in herds and travel together in groups. Living creatures of every variety have been observed working together toward common goals, usually for the mutual benefit of the entire group. Even insects have been known to give up their own lives to ensure the survival of the colony. In the most intelligent animals, the presence of love is quite clear. Dolphins have reportedly saved the lives of people who were stranded at sea, and dogs will commonly protect their masters from harm. Almost all animals will instinctively feed and take care of their young, ensuring the survival of their species. Without this instinct toward love, it is obvious that life would have never evolved to the point that it has on this planet. Animals simply would not survive without love. Love is an instinctive quality of life that is essential to growth and survival. In lower forms of life, the presence of love is not always so clear. Scientists can dissect a seed and tell you what it's made of, but they can't tell you the reason why the seed will grow. We know about the conditions required for its growth: fertile soil, water, and sunshine. But nobody knows exactly what causes its growth. We do know that love is essential to the growth and survival of more advanced living organisms. Is it possible that love is the natural force causing all forms of life to grow? Love is a natural quality inherent in all living organisms that allows life to flourish and grow. Therefore, it may be safe to assume that love is the same natural force that causes seeds to grow into plants, fruit-bearing trees, and flowers. If love is the natural force that causes life to grow, then it is probably the same force that initiated life on Earth, and thereby the reason we exist. If love is the reason that we are here, then love must be the meaning of life. Love is the natural life-sustaining force that initiated and perpetuates life on this planet and throughout the universe. We all need love, and a lot of research is currently being done on this subject at colleges, universities, and private institutions across the country. More and more people are beginning to understand that love holds the answer to just about any problem that we encounter in life. Many studies have concluded that people actually need love in order to survive. Research studies have been done in orphanages where some kids don't get all the love they need, and some children who don't get any love will actually just die. We all need to know that other people care about us. We are all searching for love, yet how many of us have actually found all the love we want and need? As we grow into adulthood, people sometimes begin to confuse their need for love with their desire for sexual intimacy. By confusing love with sex and the yearning for romantic love, we often begin to feel that love is a very complicated emotion that can be very hard to understand. Actually, love can also be the simplest feeling in the world to understand. Love is caring, and true love is caring about other people as much as you care about yourself. Love is the natural universal force that exists within all living beings. Therefore, all the love we need can actually be found right in our own hearts. Open your heart and you will find the love that's been there all the time. Of course, You cannot give what you do not possess. So you must find the love in your own heart before you can give it to others. One of the most wonderful things about love is that the more love you give, the more you receive in return. In the end, the amount of love you get is equal to the amount of love you give. Human beings have an incredible capacity for love. Our hearts seem to be able to hold an endless supply. Another beautiful thing about love is that you can give your love to others without actually losing any of your own supply. In fact, the more love you give, the more love you will receive in return. Therefore, by giving love, you can actually increase the total amount of love that you have. The simple fact is, if you want to be loved, you have to give love. If all the love that we need exists right in our own hearts, then why do some people have so much trouble finding it? Love exists instinctively within all living beings, but people still have to learn how to show their love to others in order to benefit from it. If you don't have a good teacher in your life when you're growing up, then you probably won't learn how to show your love to other people. Love is really caring about how other people feel. How can you show other people that you really care about them? It is so easy, anyone can do it. Start out by listening to what other people have to say. I mean really listening, without interrupting them. The most selfish people are the ones who don't really listen to what other people have to say. This gives the impression that they don't really care about how you feel. Do you really care about how other people feel? The first step to showing other people that you care about them is to take the time to listen to what they have to say. By really listening to others, you'll be showing them that you really care. It's very important to understand that in order to get all of the love you want, you have to give all the love you can. By really listening to what other people have to say, you're showing them that you care how they feel. You are showing them your love. They will feel your love radiating on them like the sun shines on the earth. Once they feel your love, they will start to care about you, and you will start to feel their love shining back on you. As you continue this process with more and more people, you will eventually start to feel all the love you have been searching for your whole life. A lot of research has been done in the past few decades on the subject of listening. Psychologists, psychiatrists, and social workers are taught that really listening to people is the key to helping them deal with their problems. Talking about your problems is often the first step toward finding the solutions. Reflective listening techniques are essential to most successful forms of counseling. Reflective listening is basically just listening to people objectively without being overly critical or judgmental. In the same way, you really can be helpful to the people around you by really listening to them. You don't have to be a psychologist to become a good listener. All you have to do is show that you really care. Start with the people you are already close to, your family and friends. Ask them how they are doing, and then take the time to listen to what they have to say. I mean, really listen without interrupting them. Tell them that you really care about how they feel, and that you are always willing to help any way that you can. By taking the time to listen, you are showing them that you really care. You are showing them your love. When you say that you are always willing to help in any way you can, it doesn't mean that you have to do anything they ask. That would be just another example of conditional love. True love is unconditional. Teach your children to love and teach them what love is. Only you can. Show your children what love is. Show them that you care about how they feel. If you want your children to grow up to be loving, caring individuals, teach them to love. When they make mistakes, teach them. But don't expect them to be perfect. Nobody is. Love is for who they are. Love them for who they are. It is your responsibility to teach them what love is by showing them that you really care in everything you do. You can teach your children that love is the meaning of life just as easily as you can teach them that 2 plus 2 equals 4. Understanding the meaning of life is the first step toward making this world a better place to live. I realize that there isn't enough love in this world, but we all have to do our part if we want things to change. Every little bit helps. Every person matters. Every ounce of love that you give makes a difference. I used to think that I was too small and insignificant to make a difference, but I don't feel that way anymore. Now that I understand the meaning of life, I believe that every one of us can make a difference, and I believe we will. Love is the answer. John Lennon was a truly great man who was given the gift of music, along with great insight, so he could share the meaning of life with the world. Many people agree that love is the answer, but have you ever wondered, if love is the answer, what is the question? I believe that love is the answer, and I think the question is, why are we here? And what is the meaning of life? John Lennon found the answer, but he left it up to each individual to discover the question for themselves. All we need is love. There's another song by John Lennon and the Beatles where he explains that love, compassion, and caring are all we really need to find happiness in our lives. John Lennon was a man of great insight, a modern-day philosopher, a man from our generation who used his musical ability to teach the world the meaning of life. One of his greatest works is a song called Imagine. His words are truly a gift to the human race. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may think I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Someday you too will understand that love is the answer to just about any problem. Other people who are willing to share their time with you is the only thing that brings lasting happiness. Many people become unhappy because they feel like nobody really cares about them. Unfortunately, this usually happens when they don't really care about anyone else. You have to take the first step to find true love in your life. All you have to do is take the time to show other people that you really care about them. Then they'll feel your love, and they will start to care about you. It's so simple. With all the people that live on this planet, there's no need for all the loneliness and unhappiness that exists in the world today. All we have to do is teach other people the meaning of life and teach them what love really is. Love is caring about other people as much as you care about yourself. Love is giving. It's not what you've got, it's what you give. With all the misunderstanding and hatred in this world, how can we ever learn to love other people and ourselves in the same way? Forgiving is the first step toward loving. Forgiving is the first step toward loving. We need to learn to forgive others, just as we want them to forgive us. We are all basically good people, and we want to do the right things to make ourselves and others happy. But we all make mistakes. The biggest problem that we face in the search for love is that we often tend to dwell in the past. The past is over, and we cannot change it. So why spend so much time worrying about it? All that really matters is what's happening right now and what will happen in the future. All you can do is use your experiences from the past to make yourself a better person, a stronger and wiser person. Give me the strength to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. These words have been passed down to us through the generations, and they offer us a great challenge. The past is over and it can't be changed. The challenge presented is to find the strength to accept the past as it is, and the courage to face the future, even with all its uncertainty. The strength we need to accept the past can be found through forgiving. We all make mistakes, each and every one of us. Nobody's perfect, and only a fool would believe that anyone can be. We are all imperfect human beings, so why are we always searching for perfect friendships and perfect relationships? By striving for perfection, we are setting a goal that cannot be attained, a goal that is doomed for failure. Mistakes we make can actually be used to our advantage. It just depends on how you look at it. Mistakes we make can help us grow. We can learn from our mistakes and become better people because of them. The choice is up to you. You can feel guilty about the mistakes, about your mistakes and suffer because of it, or you can simply accept that you have made a mistake and realize that you can learn from the experience. You can become a better person because of it. The first step toward finding true love in your own life is learning to forgive other people for their mistakes and forgiving yourself for your own mistakes. Sometimes it's hard to forgive ourselves for our own mistakes because we think we should have known better. If we had known better, we would have done better. So all we can do is try to learn from our shortcomings and become better people because of them. By showing compassion and forgiving other people for their mistakes, you will find it easier to forgive yourself for your own mistakes. If you are tough on other people, you will probably be tough on yourself. If you show compassion for others, it is easier to find compassion and love for yourself. Everybody makes mistakes, so why is it so difficult for people to forgive others for their transgressions, their lack of love, and their disrespect for our well-being? We are the victims of our own ignorance. It doesn't make sense for us to suffer from anger and guilt caused by the insensitivity of other people and ourselves. Forgiveness is a tool anyone can use to relieve themselves from the mental anguish caused by anger and guilt. Openly forgiving someone that has hurt you can relieve you from your own anger, and forgiving yourself for your own mistakes can release you from feelings of guilt. Once you accept that we all make mistakes, and no one is infallible, it becomes easier to forgive yourself for your own shortcomings, and you'll be more able to find true love for yourself. Just as you can forgive yourself and learn from your own mistakes in the past, you can forgive others and teach them that they can also learn from their past mistakes. I don't care what you did in the past, as long as your goal now is to become the best person that you can be. Love means accepting people for who they are, including yourself. And everyone has to be themselves. People will only change through growth, and we can only grow through knowledge and love. Love is the meaning of life, and forgiving is the first step to finding true and unconditional love. The path that leads to true love can be long and hard, and it's easy to get discouraged along the way. If you set your goal to find true love, you'll have to work at it every day and never give up hope. Khalil Gibran was a prolific poet and writer during the first half of the 20th century. His most popular book, The Prophet, was written in 1923, and it offers a great deal of insight into man's attempt to understand the power of love. Fulfilling your need for love is certainly a goal that we all share, but how can we actually find all the love that we need? Most successful people can tell you that in order to achieve a goal, some kind of sacrifice is required. You have to give your time, your patience, and your understanding if you want to love and to be loved. And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Finding all the love you need in life begins by accepting yourself for who you are. We are all beautiful human beings, everyone unique in their own way. We all have our own individual strengths and weaknesses, and nobody's perfect. So don't even try to be. We all have certain things we really enjoy doing, individual interests and talents that we all have something we are really good at. And we all have something we are really good at. Find people that have the same interests as you do, people that enjoy doing the same things you like to do. Then share your experiences with them. We are all living, breathing human beings, the most beautiful form of life in this solar system, because we have the capacity for true love and the ability to understand the meaning of life. You can find something beautiful in everyone you meet if you just take the time to show them that you care. Love is caring, and the love that dwells within each and every one of us is the key to our happiness. We all have the key. We may just need to learn how to use it. Once you truly start caring about other people, you'll be surprised to see how many friends you have and how many new friends you can make. Start with those people that are already closest to you. It doesn't matter what differences you had in the past is over. All that matters is what's happening right now and what is going to happen in the future. Tell them that you love them and show them that you care by really listening to their thoughts and feelings. William Shakespeare once said, "Of all the illnesses in the world, it is the disease of not listening that disturbs me the most." This world is a beautiful place to live, And once you discover the love in your life, you will once again begin to appreciate the beauty of life itself. You will feel love for many things in a way you never imagined before. Love for the balance of nature, a beautiful sunset, and a squirrel climbing in a tree, ocean waves on a moonlit beach, sunshine glistening on the morning dew, or a song written by an artist with a message of love for you. Once you begin to understand the meaning of life, you will realize how precious life really is, and you will start to enjoy the happiness that love brings. The sun warms our planet and provides us with the energy we need to survive in our beautiful and unique solar system. We get all of our energy from the sun, our energy to live, our energy to love, and our energy to learn. Love is all around us, in the people we see, in the music we hear, the flowers we smell, and the people that we touch. Sensations of life, love, and happiness are the fabric of our existence. Love is the reason that we are here. Love is the meaning of life. And with this knowledge, you can venture forth in life with a new awareness, knowing why you are here and how to maximize your own potential for love.